Hey you guys, welcome to another 60-minute reformer workout with me. It's been a minute, but we're back. Okay, so 60 minutes, full body today. You're gonna get a full body sweat on. We are gonna be starting at the front of our machine today on our reformer box. So you don't need much today at all. Actually, the props are gonna be very minimal and we're not gonna use them for long. So I want you to know that if you don't have a reformer box or a Pilates ring, or a yoga block, those are the three things we're gonna need separate from our machine, you can still do this workout just the way I'm doing it, okay? So don't worry about the props so much. My reformer box right now for me is set up at the front of my machine on the floor. It is there because I'm gonna have us standing on the box and we're gonna be squatting to tap the foot bar. So if you don't have a reformer box, I'm gonna have you work alongside your reformer and you're gonna tap your carriage instead of your foot bar with your glutes, okay? So reformer box set up at the front of the machine. After we're done with our opening sequence, we're gonna move it out of the way and you will not use it again today. So don't worry about the box. Your ring, Pilates ring on top of your box waiting for you. It's a standard size Pilates circle. Again, if you don't have a Pilates ring, you can use a Pilates ball. You can use a dumbbell. You can use 2 dumbbells. Okay, you can choose your prop because we're only gonna use it in the opening sequence. After that, we're gonna get rid of it. Okay, so whatever prop you have, I will speak to that while we're in that exercise. My foot bar is in the most upright position. I do have an infinity foot bar, so that's why it looks a little different. It does go straight up and down or vertical, but I have it that one click forward because for the purposes of how we're gonna use it today, that little tilt forward is how you want it. So if you have an Allegro 2 or a Marathon or a regular foot bar, typically they are that one click forward, and that's exactly how you want it, okay? Mine also looks like it's a little further in today. Don't worry about that. That's because my carriage is so long. And again, for the position I need it in, this is a good spot for me. I'm short, I'm 5 foot. So that makes it for the right spot for me. I have an extra light spring on. That's one yellow in the world of balanced body, one yellow spring on. If you have another brand, a Marathon is one white. It may just be one spring with no color, but you want that extra light spring on to start. After our opening sequence, we're gonna plank, and that's why I want you on that extra light spring. We're gonna toggle between an extra light spring and a heavy spring or one red today. So one yellow to one red. We're gonna go back and forth. Now, if you don't have an extra light spring, because that is an add-on feature when you purchase a reformer, you can use your one blue or your lightest spring, and I will speak to that as we work. So it's okay, no worries. Your yoga block is out on your headrest. My headrest is down, okay? And my yoga block is just resting on top of my headrest. If you do not have a yoga block, you do not need it. We're gonna use it in side lying work. It's gonna fill that space between the shoulder and the neck. Just provides a little extra comfort. If you don't have a yoga block, you're gonna take that headrest and give it a click up or put it all the way up so you can align that spine properly. And again, I'll speak to that as we work. No big deal. Other than that, that is the setup of your machine. You don't have to worry about anything else. You're gonna head with me to the front of the reformer and we're gonna get started. Okay, here we go. So come around to the front. You're gonna grab your Pilates ring, okay? And you're gonna take your feet nice and wide. Again, if you're on the floor, you're alongside your reformer with or without your Pilates ring. Now with my ring, I'm gonna start with the ring at the solar plexus. So that means the base of the rib cage, not your belly button. It's above that. It's right where the base of the ribs are, and you can feel that in your body. I'm gonna put one squishy pad right there, and I'm gonna encircle the ring with my arms so my fingertips are on the opposing squishy pad. My toes are turned out at a 45-degree angle. Now, if you have another prop, if you have a Pilates ball, or maybe you have 2 dumbbells, you can bring the Pilates ball between your palms. You can rack your dumbbells at the shoulder. Okay, either way, completely acceptable. Okay, toes are turned out at that 45, which means we're externally rotated from the top of the hip. We are gonna reach our sitting bones back for that foot bar, or you're reaching them back for the carriage. On your exhale, you're gonna bend both knees, torso's gonna tilt. We're reaching our sitting bones for the foot bar. I'm gonna tap the foot bar. If I was close enough, that would tap. There we go. And then come all the way back up. Exhale, reach your sitting bones back, tap, and come all the way back up. So if you're on the floor, you're tapping your carriage, okay? You're alongside that reformer, you tap the carriage, you come right back up. Now, this qualifies as a squat because we're allowing the torso to tilt forward and we're reaching our glutes back, okay? So those sitting bones reach back, they broaden, okay? And then when we stand up, they narrow towards the midline and we lift our chest, okay? I don't want you to dip the chest first. I want you to think about reaching your sitting bones first. So with the reach of the sitting bones, there's a natural bone rhythm, right, where we allow that torso to tilt. If we were in a plie, we would be keeping the chest upright. But because we are on the box, we can't get our legs wide enough for a nice plie. Okay, so I'm 5 foot. If I can't get my feet wide enough, I know you can't get your feet wide enough either. So that's why we are squatting to start instead of a plie. Keep your collarbone wide, keep those shoulders relaxed and down the back of the ribs. You're here for 4 more. Just a light hold on that circle. I want you to think about the ribs staying aligned or stacked over the pelvis. Last 3. Tap. Inhale to stand. Last 2. Exhale, reach it back. Inhale to lift. Last 1, you're going to hold just over that foot bar. Okay, now right here, we're going to pulse 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Tiny little lift and lower. I want you to think about the lift coming directly from your sitting bones. Okay, so those sitting bones, center of the glute, right? They narrow or they get closer together when you lift. And I want you to feel that sensation. I know you feel your quads. I know you feel your glutes. Okay, and I know things are starting to heat up. I want you to think about where that movement is coming from, right? Mind into the body. All that movement, we need to think about where it's generating from so it generates from the right place. Good, these are slow, controlled pulses. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. We're not bouncing up and down. You're here for 4. Good, last 3. Narrow those sitting bones. Last 2. On your next one, you're going to hold it right there. Just give me an isometric hold. Roll the shoulders down the back body. Pull the belly button up and in. You're here for 6, for 5, for 4. We're going to come partly to the floor in 3. Last 2. And rise all the way back up. Now right here, I'm going to have you come to the floor with your right foot only. So your left foot is on the box. Now you're saying, if I'm on the floor, what am I supposed to do? I will show you. Okay, left foot is on the box, right foot is on the floor. I'm still facing forward. My feet are now parallel. It means all 10 toes are shining straight forward. I'm going to take the ring between my palms now, close to the chest, and I'm going to do a jump, okay? But not a real jump. I'm not going to leave the floor with my, or not leave the box. I'm going to leave the floor with my right leg, so it's going to look like this. On my inhale, I'm going to lift up and stand into that left leg. Point the right toe, reach the ring towards the left so you get a beautiful diagonal line down your right side body. Come back to the floor, pull the ring to your chest. Inhale, lift. Your weight is in your left foot in the box. And come back down. Keep going just like that. I'm going to show you what you do if you're on the floor. Okay, if you're on the floor. Ooh. There we go, you hit your machine. You're in that squat position. So you're going to lower into your squat, okay, and then you're going to lift up into that left leg and point the right toe. Bend your knees, find your squat, lift up into your left foot, point the right toe. Okay, so that's all you're going to do right there. Same exact movement, right? We're just adding the bend of the knee because you don't have that step up on that left side. All right, here we are. We're here for 4. Inhale, lift. Find that nice long line. Exhale, come back to the floor. Last 3. We're going to hold it up there. It's coming. Last 2. The same movement on the floor. Good. If you've got dumbbells, you're pressing them overhead. If you've got that ball, you're doing the same thing. Good. On the next one, you're going to lift and stay up there. Okay, now right here, we're going to draw the right knee and the ring towards each other. So the knee and the ring come towards each other. Tap. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, pull them together. Tap. Inhale, lengthen out. So I want you to feel the right psoas that runs along the spine, right? Inner thigh up along the spine, pulls that leg up to tap the ring. Exhale, pull. I've got a light imprint from the heels of my hand on that ring. If you've got dumbbells, you're doing the same thing. You're taking those arms overhead and bending the elbows to pull them down. Same with the Pilates ball. Just those arms would be mimicking the same motion. You're here for 4 on the floor. You're doing this exact same thing. Last 3, pull. I've got my weight in that left leg. I'm on a diagonal line with the right side of my body. Last 2, pull it up. Again, mind that muscle, that right side. Last 1, pull and tap, and come all the way back to the floor. Okay, we're coming back to the box. We're going to do that other side, but first we got a little sequence right through center again. Keep your ring between your palms. My feet are wide now, but I'm parallel. Okay, so I'm wider than my hips. I'm about shoulder width apart, toes pointed forward. I'm going to find one squat. I'm going to find one squat and take that ring up and overhead. Hold. Okay, I'm hovering just over my foot bar. Now, right from here, I'm going to peel my right heel up, and I'm going to set it down. I'm going to peel my left heel up and set it down. So I'm alternating heel peels. We're working on gait right here, that stride or that walk. We're finding that big articulation through the ankle and the foot. So you're opening up the front of the ankle as much as you can possibly open it, which means you're peeling your heel up as high as you can peel your heel. Okay, and I want you to think about pressing the ball of your foot into the box. If you're on the floor, same thing, right? Nothing changes. Your arms are in front of your ears. Okay, and I've got that tilt through my torso because I'm in a squat. My booty is above my knees, so that core can work really hard for me right now. I don't want my quads to take over or my glutes to take over. I want my core involved here, right? The key to Pilates, keeping that powerhouse involved. You're here for 4 more. Peel the right heel, set it down. Peel the left and down. Last 2. Last 1. The next time you have your right heel lifted, keep it lifted. Pulse that squat for me. Pulse that squat. Give that ring a little bit more of a squeeze so you feel your back body light up and that chest light up. Good, hang on. Right, you're going to feel those shoulders too, but I want you to press from the back body. You're pulsing from those sitting bones again, finding the narrowing of the sitting bones and the broadening when you lower. You're here for 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. Set your right heel down, pick your left heel up. Same thing, find that pulse. Good, now we're generating that pulse from the right side, that right sitting bone. Good, find those both sitting bones though. Narrow towards the midline. Imprint in on that ring. Woo! Pull that belly button up and in. You're here for 4. Again, slow, controlled pulses. For 3. Last 2. All right, stay right here. Stay low. Keep your left heel lifted. Pick up your right heel. And now we're going to butterfly. Okay, take the knees in and out. In and out. And this is very small. And I want you to think about you're balancing on the balls of your feet. Both heels are lifted. I want you to think about your sitting bones again, not just your knees flailing in and out. Open and close. Open and close. So when you open, your sitting bones get closer together. When you close, they narrow or they broaden. Good, hang on right here. I know it's a lot to think about, but I want you to feel it. That's why we're still here for 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Heels down, rise all the way back up. Oh, okay, we go to the other side. Step over to the left side of your box. Right foot is on the box, left foot is on the floor. Again, if you're on the floor, you're gonna squat. Okay, you're gonna squat to lift. Ring is still between your palms. Okay, right from here, we're going to shift our weight into the box and step up. On your inhale, you step up to the right leg is tired. Lift, find that diagonal line down the left side. Come back to the floor. Inhale, lift, point that left toe. So it's balance and stability as well, right? Inhale, lift, you're balancing on that one leg. You're finding that length out of the waistline as you lift up and out over the box. Good, inhale up. Heart rate's gonna climb here a little bit too, right? Lots of control. Exhale, bring it down. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it down. You've got 4 more. Weight in the box. and bring it back. Or you're squatting on the floor and then lifting that left toe off the floor. Lengthen and lift. Last 2. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Last 1. Well, we're going to do one more and hold it. Come down. We're going to hold this one. Lift and hold. Okay, point that left toe. We're going to take the ring and the knee together. So on your exhale, left knee pulls in, ring taps the knee. Inhale, lengthen it back out. Exhale, pull and tap. Inhale, lengthen. So now that left psoas runs up to T6 in the spine, right? That's responsible for pulling your leg up into this bent position. So I want you to think about that long length as you take that leg back down. Inhale, lengthen out through the psoas. Exhale, pull it back. Last 4. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Last 3. Pull it in. Last 2. Pull it in. Good. Last 1. Knee to ring. Lengthen it back out. And come all the way back down. Nice job, you guys. All right. We are getting the box out of the way and the ring. So place your ring on top of the box or whatever prop you have. Get them completely out of the way. I've got a squishy pad down there, so I'm going to place that on top of my platform. So if you have a squishy pad for your platform, you may want it. One other thing, take your footbar all the way down. Okay, so while you're up there, get it completely out of the way of your platform. You're going to need your platform now. You can leave your yoga block where it's at. We're going to plank. So your toes are on your squishy pad. Your hands are going to be on your reformer. So I'm going to be about midway on my reformer. Now, really important on a plank. You want to spread all your fingers out, nice and wide. So all 10 fingers, make them as wide as possible. You want to find a suction cup right in the center of your palm. My toes are turned under on the platform. My knees are under my hips. From here, I'm going to inhale as I draw my knees up off the carriage, okay? And on my next inhale, I'm going to take the carriage all the way out to my plank and hold. Okay, so you want to apply pressure through your fingertips, okay? Not just the heel of your hand, all right? I want you to make sure that you've gotten full imprint. Little doming through the center of the palm is a good thing, okay? You want to find that little suction cup. Broaden your collarbone. Breathe into the back of your ribs so that those shoulder blades aren't winging out. Okay, from here, we're going to take the right knee to the right elbow. So it's going to look like this. Right knee to right elbow, hold. Take your knee down to your wrist, trace your forearm, pick it back up, and send your leg back. Left leg. Left knee to the elbow. Trace your forearm, pick it up, send it back. Here we go, right knee. Right knee to right elbow. Trace your forearm to your wrist. Pick it back up and send it back. Okay, so you're pulling up with your belly button. Lift. Send it back. Okay, keep that carriage nice and long. Keep those hips down. Trace, lift, and send it back. Left knee. Elbow, wrist, lift, take it back. 2 more. Elbow to knee. I'm sorry, yes, knee to elbow. Down and lift. Speak so fast, sometimes I don't know what I say. Knee to elbow. Down to wrist. Lift it up. Send it back. Okay, now right from here, keep your feet hip-width distance apart. We're going to pike those hips up and back. So on your exhale, you're going to reach those sitting bones up and back. Okay, biceps frame your ears. And then you're going to send it all the way back out to your plank. I'm going to walk my hands back a little bit so I have more room for movement. On your exhale, reach those sitting bones up and back, pike, and send it all the way back out to your plank. All right, we're going to add a push-up here. So on your next one, you're going to pike those hips up and back. Okay, close the carriage against the bumper. And then inhale back to your plank, 1 push-up. Press it up. Okay. You got 3 more like that. Pike those hips up and back. Reach. Come all the way to your plank. Hold. 1 push-up. You got this. You got this. All the way up and back. If that push-up isn't working today, you just take a little mini push-up. Little bend of those elbows. Down and up. Last one, all the way up and back. Inhale, lengthen back out. Push up. And bring it all the way back in. Woo! Okay, severely sweaty already. All right, here we go. We're going to start with some side lying work now. So we're going to change our springs. So right off the bat, this is where we toggle. We're going to one red spring. Take off your yellow or your extra light. One heavy. You're going to be on your right side. Now, you're going to grab your strap that's right in front of you. The yoga block is there to support my head, so I'm going to lie down on my yoga block. Okay, now that fills the space between my shoulder and my neck. You can put your headrest all the way up. Okay, so that's also possible. Take your long loop and place it around your left foot. Okay, here we go. We're going to lengthen all the way out. All right, so we're going to find that nice long line. Now I want you to start with both legs completely straight and glued together like a pencil. All right, so I want you to find this pencil position where your bottom waistline, which is your right side, is lifted off the carriage. Your hips are stacked. So your left hip bone is on top of your right. Inner thighs are glued together. Now, right from here, you're also stacked through your shoulder girdle. You're going to bend your bottom leg. So you're going to take your bottom leg, right leg, and bend that knee forward on the carriage. Okay, so it's coming up to the edge of the carriage, maybe slightly over, and that's fine. All right, right from here, you're going to keep that left foot flexed. It is straight off the hip, just like we're standing on the floor. You're going to lift that leg and lower. Lift from the top of the hip and lower. Now your left arm can come up in the air. I want you to make sure that your right arm is relaxed. You're not gripping the shoulder block or the handlebar. You're relaxing that hand. There's no extra tension there. Now as we lift this left leg up and down, okay, I want you to make sure that you're not lifting too high. We want to maintain space between the right waistline and the carriage as we lift. That core is holding the pelvis quiet. So everything is nice and stable. You're only getting movement right here at the top of the hip. Okay, you're here for 4. We're going to keep changing what that leg is doing. 3. Good. Last 2. You have options with this left arm. If you don't want it in the air, you can always bring it to your hip. On the next one, you're going to hold that leg straight off the hip exactly how it started. Okay, from here, we're going to bend that knee forward. So we're going to bend it forward like we're sitting in a chair. It stops in front of the hip, and then we're going to inhale as we take it all the way back out. Good. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen it out. Okay, now when you lengthen it out, you're bringing that leg right under the hip like you're standing on the ground. Nothing else changes. I'm going to keep reminding you about your bottom waistline. I want you to make sure that is lifted off the carriage. Good, you guys. I feel like I'm forgetting something, so I'm looking at my notes. Good. Everything's planned so strategically for you. I feel like if I miss something, then I am mad at myself after the workout. So I want to make sure I give you everything I have planned for you. Last 4. Inhale, your foot is staying flexed here. And I'll tell you when we make that slight adjustment through the foot. 3. Good. Bend it. Stops in front of the hip, not in front of the belly button. Take it back out from there. That way you find that nice engagement from where the glute and the hamstring meet. Last 2. Keep that ankle the same height as the hip. Last 1. Now you're going to bend that knee in front of the hip like you're sitting in that chair. Okay. Right from here, keeping your foot flexed. You're going to pulse through your heel, but I want you to pulse from the back of the leg. So it's 1 inch towards the foot bar and back. 1 inch and back. Tiny little pulse. Okay? So you're pulsing your heel closer to the platform. Okay? But you're pulsing from where the glute and the hamstring meet. Okay? That little glam line back there. That's where I want you to feel the movement. Your waistline is still lifted off the carriage. Your belly button is pulled up between the ribs and out the shoulder blades. You've got that nice, beautiful stacked pelvis. You're here for 4. Good. Last 3. You're going to feel that bottom hip as well. Last 2. Everything is working. Everything is working, not just that left leg. Relax that right arm. On your next one, you're going to lengthen that leg all the way back out again like you're standing up on it. Now, that leg, you're going to slightly point the toe. we're going to take that leg into a sweep. So we're going to sweep the leg forward. Okay, if you can bring it to the front of the hip, great. And then you're going to flex the foot and we're going to bring it back. Okay, point the toe, sweep it forward. You don't need to point the toe so much that you lose the strap. Okay, just a slight articulation through the foot. Okay, when you flex that foot and you bring it back, I want you to pull back with the back of your leg. You can find a little kickback past the midline of the body to engage that glute. Point the toe, sweep it forward, flex the foot, bring it back, and you're going for that slight little kickback so that you get a little deeper engagement through the glute glute max. Bring it back. Good. Sweep it forward. Good, and bring it back. Flex that foot. Keeping the ankle same height as the hip. Good. Last 4. Flex and bring it back. Going for that little kickback, so you're slightly past that side, that midline, right? That middle point, that side seam. You go right past that side seam just a little bit. Last 3. Sweep it back. Good. Last 2. I very rarely do this on one heavy spring. A lot of times, if you've done this in other workouts with me, you've probably done it on a blue or a yellow, a blue and a yellow, or just a blue. So we're in a little heavier today. On your next one, you're going to bring it all the way back right to the midline. Okay, so like you're standing up on that leg again, that start position. We're now going to take that leg, point the toe slightly, and sweep it to a 45-degree angle. So now my knees are tracking with one another. Okay, you've got that slight angle off the hip. We're going to go internal and external rotation. So your leg is going to swivel inward from the top of the hip, and then we're going external. Internal and external. All right, so nothing changes with your waistline. Your right waistline is still picked up off the carriage. Okay, you've got that stacked pelvis, it's not moving. We're not rolling forward, we're not rolling back. You're swiveling your leg from the top of the hip where that femur bone hooks into the socket. You want to think about the leg like a skewer right now. Okay, we're getting all sides toasty. Inner thigh shines down, inner thigh shines and rotates a little bit more towards forward, a little more forward. Good. Down and forward. Internal and external rotation with that leg for 4. Whew, it's getting toasty. Good. Last 3. Last 2. On your next one, you're going to hold internal rotation. So my toes are shining a little more down. My inner thigh is pointing down, and I'm going to pulse up from there, from the top of the hip. Pulse up. I'm still at that 45-degree angle off the hip. My knees are tracking with one another. I'm here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now right here, I'm going to take my leg to external rotation. So rotating that inner thigh so it shines forward. Good. Keep the waistline lifted. Pulse up. Pulse up. Right here. Keep that arm lifted. If you can, I know my arm's been down because I keep showing you stuff at the hip, but you can keep that arm up there. Relax your right hand. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pull that leg all the way back to parallel and off the hip and draw the knee in. Whew. Okay, we're going to change our strap. We're going to come up to our forearms. So you're going to stay on one red spring. You can take your yoga block and move it into the well of your machine. Okay, you're not going to need it for a while until we do that other side. You're going to take your short loop, if that works for you. You can always use your long loop, and place it around your left thigh. So short loop, I brought it up above my knee. It is now on my left thigh. Okay, I'm on my right forearm. Now my knees are bent, aligned with one another. My knees are stacked, my hips are stacked, and my insteps of my feet are touching. Okay, we're going to clamshell. So I'm going to bring that left hand right to the top of my hip. Okay, I'm going to lift up out of my right shoulder, and I'm going to start by just opening the knee. So I'm going to open and close. Open and close. So I'm keeping the feet together, okay? Keeping them together to start. You've got 2 more. We're going to keep changing what's happening with these legs. Open and close. Now, keep your knees closed. You're going to take your heels and you're going to pick them up. So now my bottom shin, which is my right shin, is off the carriage, okay? I'm gonna keep that elevation, keep my hips stacked, keep my core tight, and I'm gonna open the knee again. Open and close. Good, so I'm taking that top leg from parallel to external rotation right at the top of the hip, keeping that bottom shin off the carriage, and you're gonna feel your right glute med, that is your bottom side booty, working really hard to hold that leg up. All right, I'm staying lifted out of my right shoulder at the same time. Lots to think about, right? Always lots to think about in Pilates. You've got 4 more. It's a lift and a lower. Good, last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, now whole leg is gonna lift. I want you to relax your bottom shin for me. Okay, so we brought my heels down now. Whole top leg is gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. So your knee and your ankle, they lift together now. Okay, still keeping the hips stacked. Waistline is long on both sides. Core is engaged. All right, we got 4. Open and close. Last 3. Lots of side booty work today. 2. Whoo. On your next one, you're going to hold it open. Okay, now my knee. My knee is going to go down or in, turn in, and then open. It's going to go down and then open. So we're going internal to external. Internal knee points down, external heel points down. Internal knee, external heel. Okay, so you're swiveling again the leg from the top of the pelvis. Now we've got the strap around the thigh. Okay, and we've got the leg bent, so it's just a little different, but you're going to feel that bottom booty as well. Last 4. Whew. Last 3. You've got 2. Keep swiveling. Last 1. And bring it all the way down. Whew. Okay, take off the strap. Okay, actually, let's see. Actually, I'm going to have you keep the strap on because we're going to do some side kneeling work. So keep the strap where you have it, okay? Hopefully you didn't take it off yet. All right, we're going to face the rear. All right, so you're going to be in a 4-point kneel to start. Now, I want you to be closer to the left side of the carriage, your knees under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders. We're going to open up to be in a side kneeling position, but I want you to start right here because it's going to align us a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the left leg. Okay, so on your inhale, I want you to take that left leg all the way back. Okay, so you've got the strap on your thigh. It can be short or long loop. It really doesn't matter to me. And now we're going to open up. So that's going to look like this. You're going to swivel onto your right palm and you're going to twist your hip. So now I'm opening up to the left. Okay, so I'm facing the left. I'm on my right shin, okay, and I've got my left leg hanging out over the springs. My right hand is on the headrest. I'm going to move it a little bit more onto the headrest. So you want your wrist under your shoulder. Okay, left arm is going to come out or up towards the ceiling. I've got that little angle on that bottom leg. All right, now from here, we're going to lower the left leg to tap the edge of the carriage, and we're going to lift it up to a diagonal. Okay, I'm going to lower and tap and lift. All right, so we've swiveled open into this position. I've got a long line down my right side body. That's allowing my right glute med, side booty, to work pretty hard in this position. It has to work hard to hold that nice and stable. So it's somewhat of a modified side plank, okay? And you're lifting that left leg up to find a beautiful diagonal down your left side body. Okay, we're here for 4. You're supporting through that right arm. 3, that wrist is under the shoulder. Last 2. Whoo, I feel the booty. I feel it. On your next 1, okay, you're going to hold that beautiful diagonal line. So you are lifted. Your left knee, okay, is going to pull in towards the chest, and then you're going to lengthen it back out. Whoo, pull it in towards the chest, and lengthen it back out. You've got 4 more. Pull it in towards the chest. This gets a little wobbly. Lengthen out with control. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Last 3, pull and extend. Right, pull that knee into your chest. You got 2 more. Inhale, lengthen it out. Whoo, we feel that bottom booty, right? Last 1. Pull that knee in. Extend it all the way out. And bring it all the way down. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Keep the strap. Oh, well, let's take the strap off. Take the strap off because you're going to change your springs. Okay, so slide that strap all the way off. Hang it up for just a moment. You're going to change your spring to 1 yellow. So this is where we're toggling again between the 2 springs. 1 extra light spring. If you don't have that, please put on your lightest spring. Okay, you're going to turn and face the rear. You're going to be all the way over to the left side of the reformer again. You're going to take your short loop back. You can always use your long loop. But in this one, the short loop's going to be a lot kinder to you because it's not going to slip off your leg, which will get frustrating when you're working hard. It'll get frustrating if you have the long loop. So try to get that short loop up above the knee, okay? Just double checking myself, making sure we're all good. And we're good. Okay, we're going to lie down. So right now, I am straddling my left shoulder block, facing the rear, straddling my left shoulder block. I'm going to lie all the way down. Now, I'm going to scoot my booty as close to the shoulder block as I can. All right, my hands are going to come behind my head. Now, I've got space to lay my head down, but if you don't, I promise you we'll get into this quick. Okay, your legs are going to come up in tabletop. We're going to find ab curls right here. So without doing anything with the legs yet, make sure your knees are over your hip, toes are pointed, shins are parallel to the floor. You're going to exhale as you ab curl, inhale as you release. Exhale, traction and curl. Inhale, release. All right, so on that traction, right? We're thinking more about the hands behind the head, not pulling on the head, right? But tractioning the skull and the spine out and back for length as we curl up with those abdominals. You've got 3 more. Curl, space between chin and chest, setting up for a bicycle right here. Last 2. And release. On your next one, you're going to hold your ab curl. Okay, find that traction, find that length. You're going to extend your left leg, okay? And now we're going to switch. I don't want you to twist yet. Just keep your ab curl, okay? Lengthen your left leg, switch and lengthen your right. Okay, now we're going to add the twist. As you bend your left knee, the one with the strap, you're going to twist your right shoulder towards your left knee. And then we're going to switch and twist the other way. Good. Switch and twist. Switch and twist. All right. So, alternating bicycle. You're thinking about your ribs, right? Your rib cage is twisting. So I want you to think about the ribs reaching towards the opposite inner thigh. So right here, my left ribs reach towards my right inner thigh. I switch right ribs towards left inner thigh. Last 4. Whoo! Good, you guys. Last 3. I know these are a burner. They get burning fast. Last 2. Last 1. All right, now we're going to do a single-sided move only. You're going to lengthen back out to center or reset through center. Rest your head if you can, or just release your ab curl. Okay, from here, we're going to go long legs. So you're going to lengthen your legs up towards the ceiling, point your toes. Find 1 ab curl. Ab curl, hold. Okay, right from here. We're going to lower the right leg and reach for that left ankle. Okay, and now we're going to switch the legs. Okay, but keep your twist. You're twisting towards the left. Switch your legs, but keep your twist to the left. Don't release your twist. That right arm is reaching for that left ankle, and when the left ankle comes back, we try to tap it, right? Legs are passing each other in midair, and I've got my twist isometric to the left, which means my right ribs are reaching towards my left inner thigh. And I'm here for 4 more. 4 more scissors. 4. Good. Last 3. Whew. Last 2. See, this is where if you had the long loop, it would be slipping. And that's no fun when we're sweating and working hard, right? Last 1. And bring it all the way in. Whew. Okay. Let's take off that strap. take it off, come on up. All right, no, that's not easy to come up out of. Hang up your strap for just a second. Let's get into position with our body first. So you're staying on that extra light spring, okay? On the bicycle, if you had a blue, that's manageable. That's really manageable. Right here, it might feel a little aggressive, so I'm going to ask my extra light spring people to take your short loop. My light spring people, your blue, okay, or your one light spring, to take the long loop, okay? Now, that's in your left hand, long or short loop. If you're on an extra light and the short loop feels aggressive, you just switch to your long loop. You're going to prop up on your right hand, okay? So we're going to find a V with the body. So you're going to start sitting nice and tall, knees bent. My right heel is on the headrest. My left heel is on the edge of the carriage. My right hand is going to come right back behind me, okay? And my fingertips are going to point towards my booty. Elbow's going to remain soft as I lean back. Okay, I've got a little bit of weight in my palm, but really not much at all because that hand is going to leave the carriage eventually. Okay, my right elbow is going to be bent and my palm is facing me. Okay, now right from here, we're going to work with a reach. On your inhale, you're going to extend out of that left waistline. Arm's going to reach up and overhead. And then you're going to bring it back down. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. You got 4 more like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Last 3. Inhale, backhanded reach. So your palm is facing you. Okay, it's facing your face. Lengthen. Right, no other way to say that. Good. Last 2. Lengthen out of that left waistline. You've got that hinge back. You're propped up on that right arm, but really there's not much weight there. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, lower it down. Now, we're going to make it a ninja palm. Okay? Right from here, you're going to take so ninja palm means palm facing the midline. Your right arm is going to come off of the carriage and it's going to match your left arm. Okay. Your left arm isn't going to do anything at all, and we're going to start with a twist. We're going to twist. The right arm is going to go cross body as we twist, and we pull back with that left palm a little bit, and then come back to center. Good. Inhale, twist to the left, reach that right hand across the midline. Your palm is facing the floor, and then bring it back to start. 2 more. Inhale, reach and twist. You're twisting through that rib basket. Pelvis is quiet. Inhale, twist. Now right here, keeping your ninja palm, you're going to take that left arm up and overhead, 1 reach, bring it back, cross body with the with the right, cross body to the left, and come back through center. Ninja palm reach, bicep in front of the ear, okay, on your left arm, right arm, cross body reach, palm down, you twist. Good. 2 more like that. Inhale, up and over with the left. Exhale, bring it back. Cross body, twist with the right. Good. Come all the way back through center. Overhead reach, ninja palm. Bring it back. Cross body, reach with your right. And come back through center and come all the way up. Okay. All right. We're going to do a staggered kneeling position. So, I lied. Actually, we're going to do a little tricep first. Yeah, we might move that. Okay, you're staying on that extra light spring or your 1 blue, so your lightest spring available. I am going to choke up on my strap with my left hand. If you have a blue on, please use your short loop. Okay, you can always use your long loop. It's always there for you. Okay, knees are under your hips. My right wrist is under my shoulder. Now, all the way over to the left of your machine still. I want your left knee close to the edge of the carriage. Okay, you're going to find a beautiful 4-point kneel. That left arm with your strap is going to hang off the side of the frame. I want you to square off your shoulders, okay, and level out your hips. So you've got equal weight between your right palm and your left knee, okay? Now from here, I'm going to take a sweep of that tricep on the left arm. My inhale is going to take that left arm up and back. Exhale, bring it long and low. Inhale, take it up and back. Exhale, long and low. Okay, 2 more like that. We're going to keep layering on. And with these layers, you have somewhere to go, right? If a layer doesn't work for you, you come right back here and keep moving through the rest of the sequence. Okay, last one on this side. Okay, now, the arm is hanging off the frame. We're right at that start position. You're going to take your right leg and you're going to reach it up and back. So opposite arm, opposite leg, right? That right leg, the toe is pointed. It's level with the hip. My right elbow is not locked out. We're going to keep it nice and soft. Now, same thing. We're going to inhale, sweep that left arm up and back. My left shin is heavy. My right palm is heavy. Exhale, long and low. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, long and low. 2 more. We're going to add on. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, long and low. That core is engaged, right? Otherwise, we're going to lose that balance. Inhale, up and back. Now we're going to add a little kickback. So on your next one, you're going to sweep that arm up and back. Hold it. Bend the elbow. Extend the elbow. And sweep it down. Okay? Sweep it up and back. My palm is facing my body. Bend the elbow. Palm still faces my body. Extend the elbow. Palm is still facing my body. Sweep it long and low. So that position of the palm never changes. Sweep it up and back. Not today, right? Sometimes we do. Extend and sweep. 2 more like that. Sweep it up and back on your inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Long and low. 1 more. Sweep it up and back. Bend. Extend. Sweep it down. Now we're going to go up there and we're going to hold it. Okay, so you're going to sweep up and back and you're going to hold. Just the bend and extend now. Bend the elbow, extend the elbow. Bend and extend. You got 4 more. Bend and extend. Last 3. Bend and extend. Last 2. Keep those hips level. No momentum here. All core control. Last 1. And bring it all the way down. Whoo-wee. Okay. For purposes of time, yes, I am going to actually skip one exercise I planned. We'll do it in a different workout. Okay. We're going to hit our middle section, our middle piece right now. So make sure you have that squishy pad on your platform for this. You're going to keep that extra light spring or light spring on. Your hands are going to come to your platform, but we're still going to be facing the rear, okay? So we're going to come into tricep dips, everybody's favorite, right? All right, your feet are going to be down on the reformer, okay? Nice and flat. Knees are bent. My hands, fingertips are facing forward, okay? So facing the footbar. From here, I'm going to lift those hips up off the carriage, okay? So on my inhale, I'm going to pick those hips up. All right, keeping my knees bent, keeping my feet flat. Right from here, I've got my my shoulders over my wrists. We're going to bend the elbows to tap the carriage with our glutes, okay? So the key is bending your elbows, all right? You're going to bend and extend. Good. Bend and extend. So relax your fingertips. Okay, if this bothers the wrist, you can play with the position of your hand. Okay, fingertips can face out at a 45. In my body, that feels a little bit better. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. That gives me a flatter connection for the palm. Okay, so I can press a little bit more through that full palm. Inhale, lift, keeping the carriage home. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. 4 more. Bend and press. Last 3. Bend and press. Last 2. Bend and press. Last 1. Bend and press. All right, we got one little layer here. Narrow your stance. So you're going to bring your insoles of your feet, or the insteps of your feet together. You're going to lengthen your left leg all the way out. My knees are still at the same height. I'm just lengthening and pointing that left toe. Here we go. 4 times only. You're going to bend your elbows and press up. 3. Bend and press. Last 2. Bend and press. Last 1. Bend and press. Set your left foot down. Here we go. Right leg. Extend it. Knees are level. Here we go. 4 times only. Keep your carriage home with your hamstring. Bend, extend. Last 3. Bend, extend. Last 2. Bend, extend. Last one, bend, extend. Bring your right foot down and sit down on your carriage. Oh, okay. Compound sequence right here. We're coming right back to the tricep on the right side. So here we go. We're going to kneel all the way over to the right, okay? You're going to choke up on that strap with the right hand. If you have your blue, remember you're using your short loop, okay? You're going to find that beautiful 4-point kneel. So knees under hips, your left wrist is under your shoulder, and your right arm is hanging off the side of the reformer. Again, level or under, basically under your shoulder still. All right, right from here. Core is engaged. We're going to start with that sweep. On your inhale, you're going to sweep that right arm up and back. Arm stays long. Exhale, bring it long and low. Now, when I say long and low, I don't want you to dip your right shoulder towards the floor. My shoulder girdle and my clavicle, right, stay nice and level. That doesn't change. I hold that beautiful structure there. The arm is moving from the top of the shoulder. That's it. That's it. Okay, you're going to feel that waistline turn on. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back. Whoo, those triceps, right? After those dips, this side isn't so easy. And bring it back. Okay, now, holding it at start. My left leg is going to reach up and back. I'm going to point that toe. Equal weight between your left palm and your right shin. Here we go. Sweep that arm up and back, long and low. Sweep it up and back, long and low. 4 more. Up and back, and low. Last 3. Keep everything engaged. Keep everything strong. Good. That wrist is long as well. Last 2. Good. Last one, just like this. Now we're going to add that kickback. Okay, so we're going to sweep that arm up and back. Hold. Bend at the elbow. Extend the elbow. Sweep it down. Whoo! Sweep it up. Bend the elbow. Extend the elbow. Sweep it low. Palm is facing in the whole time. You got 2 more like that. Sweep it up. Bend. Extend. Bring it down. 1 more. Sweep it up. Bend. Extend. Long and low. Here we go. The next one is a hold up. We're going to hold it up there. No more sweep down. Just the kickback. Bend and extend. You can do this. Bend and extend. I know my arms are at the end of the ropes here too. 4 more. 4. Inhale. Use your breath. Exhale to bend. Last 3. Good. You got 2. Last 1. And bring it all the way down. Oh my goodness. Hang it up. Woo-wee. Those arms. I have to admit, my arms are very sore from prior workouts this week, so these are not exactly that easy right now. Okay, I'm just moving my yoga block closer so that when we get that sideline work, we'll be there. Okay, we're going to do that propped overhead reach. Okay, so you're going to sit rear facing, okay? Your left heel or left foot is on your headrest. Your right foot is at the edge of the carriage. Okay, I'm all the way over to my right side. I am going to grab my short loop. Again, if you're on a blue, please use your long loop, okay? And the closer you are to your shoulder block, the more manageable this is going to be, okay? So you're going to take your left hand, okay, and place it behind you. Now, you're going to find that hinge or that lean back. You're keeping the back flat. Low back is flat. Everything's nice and strong. Ribs are aligned with the pelvis. Okay, right from here. I don't have much weight in this hand at all, my left hand. I'm going to bend my right elbow. Palm is facing me. Okay, from here, I'm going to take that right arm, and I'm going to extend it up and overhead. Bicep is in front of my ear, and I bring it back. Good. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, bring it back. Whew. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, bring it back. 3 more like that. Inhale, up. Lengthen out of that right waistline. Good. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back. Last 1. We're going to change the position of that palm. Bring it down. Now that palm is going to go ninja palm. So the palm faces my midline. I'm going to take that left hand off the carriage and mimic the right hand. Okay, so both my arms look exactly the same. We're going to start with just the twist. So my left arm is going to twist, and I'm going to go across body reach to the right. Twist, twisting through my ribs. And then I'm going to exhale as I bring it back. Inhale, twist and reach, and bring it back. Okay, so my right arm isn't doing anything. I get a slight pull back as I twist. Okay, we got 1 more, and then we're going to add that reach. Twist across the body and come back through center. Now, my right hand, overhead reach. I've still got my ninja palm. Bring it back down. Cross body reach with my left. Bring it back. Good. Inhale, up and overhead. Exhale, bring it back. Everything is stable through the torso. Inhale, rotate. Bring it back. 4 more. Inhale, up and over. Bring it back. Inhale as you cross body. And bring it back. 3 more. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, pull it down. Inhale, twist and reach. And bring it back. 2 more. Inhale. Pull that elbow down with control. No momentum, no yanking. No yanking on the straps. Okay, last 2, I think. Last 2. Oh, I'm messing up my counts today. And twist. Good. Last 1. And bring it back. And twist. And bring it all the way back through center. All right. Keep your strap. You're taking the short loop around your right thigh. Okay? So the leg on the outside. All right. Bring it up. Up around the thigh. Remember, this is where if you had the long loop on the first time around, you probably felt a little frustrated because it probably was slipping off. I'm just making sure I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, we're in good shape. Here we go. All right, we're going to scoot all the way towards the shoulder block. I am straddling my shoulder block to the right. Laying all the way down, you're going to scoot even closer then so that the booty is as close to the shoulder block as it can be. Okay, I'm going to take my hands behind my head, cradle the skull, and bring my legs up into tabletop. Short loop around my right thigh. Toes are pointed. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with just those ab curls, tractioning the skull up and back on that exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale, curl, space between chin and chest. Shins are parallel to the floor, knees are directly over the hips so that entire core can work hard. We don't want to take the low belly out of the picture by bringing the knees to the chest or to the belly button. Keep them over the hips so that low belly has to work hard. Tailbone is heavy in the carriage, okay? And you've got a neutral spine, so there's a little space between the low back and the carriage, but that space completely goes away when you curl up. Okay, 2 more. Curl and release. Good. Last 1. Curl and release. Now on your next one, you're going to hold your curl. Curl and hold. Okay, here we go. We're going to lengthen the right leg all the way out. Do not twist yet. And pull that right knee back. Lengthen the left. Okay, so we're starting with the bicycle legs, right? But we're not twisting the upper body yet. All right, hang on. You've got 4. And switch. Last 3. And switch. Last 2. And switch. Last 1. Okay, here we go. On your next one, you're going to add that twist. So you're going to twist the left shoulder towards the right knee. And now we're going to switch. Right shoulder towards left knee. And switch. So bicycle legs and bicycle abs. We're adding that twist now. You're twisting towards your bent leg. Okay, hang on. We got this. Whoo! Oh, the burning. The burning starts right away on these, right? You're here for 6. Keep twisting. Last 5. And keep breathing. Do not hold your breath here, okay? Last 4. Keep tractioning that skull. Good. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. Notice how slow I'm going. Okay, these are not a race. I want you to go slow. Last 1. Okay, come back through center. Reset. Okay, release your ab curl. Now, legs are going to go straight up to the ceiling. Point your toes, okay? They're straight up over the hips. You still got your neutral spine. Find your 1 ab curl. Lift and hold. Okay, now your legs are going to lengthen or scissor. Okay, but first you're going to release the left hand, and we're going to reach for the right leg as the left leg goes down. Now you're going to hold this twist as your legs switch. Okay, you're reaching for your right ankle. So every time that right ankle comes back, maybe you tap it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you come close. Okay, but you're holding your twist. Good. Hang on right here. Your legs, your inner thighs just scissor right past one another. You're here for 4. Whew. Last 3. You've got 2. And last 1. And pull it all the way in. Oh my goodness. Okay, take off your strap. Come on up. Okay, because it's time to change the springs. So hang that strap up. Okay, you're going to turn around. We're going to change to 1 red. Yes, okay. It's good I double check myself because, that's how we miss things. Okay, we're going to start with that clamshell. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. No, we're not. We're going to start with that high kneeling work, or that side high kneel. Okay, so we're going to start in quadruped. So for that reason, I want you to take your strap, your right strap, you're facing the rear, and put it back around your thigh. I know you've got 1 red on now, and it's not so easy to do, but just go slow. Get that strap up above the knee. Okay, again, I'm going for my short loop just to minimize any frustration of slippage. Okay, once I've got my strap on, I am going to find my 4-point kneel. Okay, I'm all the way over to the right side of my carriage. Knees under my hips, wrists under my shoulders. Now, from here, we're going to start the same way we did with the other side. You're going to lengthen that right leg all the way out. Okay, hold it. Now, from here, I'm going to open up. So my left hand is going to be on my headrest, and I'm going to turn to my right, and I'm going to now be on the side of my left shin. Okay, so I'm angled. Okay, my wrist is under my shoulder, and I've got my shoulder or my chest completely open. Right arm up into the air. Lower the right leg. Okay, you can always shift around and get into position, right? So I have a mirror. I can see myself. I know if you don't have a mirror, that can be difficult. But you want to find length on the bottom waistline, and we're going to find length on the top too. So that top leg is your right leg. We're going to tap the carriage. On your inhale, you're going to lift it so you make a beautiful straight diagonal line down the right side. Lower and tap. And lift, so it's not a high lift, right? Just when we do that sideline work, same thing. Lift and lower. Good. 6 and lower. You've got 5. Lift and lower. Last 4. Lift and lower. Last 3 and lower. You've got 2. We're going to go for those knee pulls. Okay, lifting right here from that glute med. Okay, next one. Hold that leg on the beautiful diagonal, point the toe. We're going to pull the knee in slow, balance, right? Inhale, take it all the way back out. Your left hip is open. We've got a lot of work from that left booty. Pull it in. Inhale, extend. 4 more. 4 more. Lengthen or pull it in. Knee to chest, towards the chest. Lengthen all the way back out. Open up that knee. Right off the hip. 3. Lengthen out. Last 2. Pull and lengthen out. You've got 1 more. Pull and lengthen out. Lower the leg and come all the way back down. Whew. Okay. You can keep this on for your clamshell, so don't move your strap. Actually, you don't need your yoga block yet either. Okay, so come onto your left forearm. I know my back is to you now. So you can see me in the mirror still, but we had a good view the first time around, right? So short strap is still above my thigh. My knees are together and the instep of my foot is together. My left shoulder is directly over my elbow. Okay, my right arm can be up in the air, but you know, when I talk to you, I tend to point to my hip a lot, but you can keep that right arm lifted. Okay, keeping the bottom leg grounded. You're gonna open up that right knee and close. So we're keeping our heels together. Open and close. My hips are stacked. My core is engaged. Nothing changes from my upper body. Okay, that all stays exactly the same. From the hips up, all nice and stable. We're working on external rotation from that right femur in the hip. Okay, so you're opening that inner thigh forward. Whoo. Okay, here we go. We got a lot to do here, right? So I don't want to keep you here too long. Last two. Last one. Now this side's going to feel it a lot faster because it was already working before. Now you're going to pick up your heels, okay? So the bottom shin, which is your left shin, is now lifted off the carriage. Same thing. Keep your heels together. Open the top knee and close. Good. Open and close. 4 more. Open and close. Last 3. Open and close. You've got 2 more. Open and close. Last one. Okay, now you're going to ground that leg again. So put your heels down, ground the bottom shin. Top leg. Open and close. Now it's not a gigantic open and close. Okay, I'm not going into external rotation. I'm keeping that knee shining forward and the inner thigh shining down. Staying lifted out of my left shoulder. I know those arms are tired too. Right, we got 4 more. Lift. We're going to go internal and external rotation. 3. Last 2. Okay, on your next one, you're going to hold the leg open. We're going knee down. Okay, and now we're going to go heel down. Knee down, heel down. Pelvis is quiet. So I've talked about this in prior workouts, right? Think about a vice grip on those hips. They can't move. You're rotating the top of the leg to get the swivel of the knee and the heel. Okay, heel down, knee down. External, internal. For 4. Whoo! Last 3. Good, you guys. Last 2. And we got 1 more. Oh my goodness. Swivel. Bring it back to parallel and close up shop. Oh my goodness. Okay, come on up. All right, we're going to take that strap off. I know it's uncomfortable around the thigh, especially on one red spring. It pulls, right? So take it off. All right, now, you're going to keep your red spring, but let's just hang up the strap for a second. Grab your yoga block, place it onto your headrest, or your headrest can come all the way up. Either way, completely acceptable. You're going to lie down on your yoga block or your headrest. Okay, grab that strap that's right in front of you. Your right foot is coming into that long loop. Okay, here we go. Back to back hip work. Back to back hip work. Back to back triceps, back to back hips. And back-to-back abs, right? We had them all. Okay, lengthen both legs out. Let's set up just like we did on the other side. So you are a pencil. Your legs are directly under your hips like you're standing up on them. Your hips are stacked. I want you to make sure you've got lift on your bottom waistline. You've got nice equal length on your right waist and your left waist, okay? Relax your left shoulder. With the yoga block, I feel like it makes things a little bit easier to relax the upper body. Left arm is relaxed, no gripping. Okay, bend that bottom knee, which is your left knee forward, so it comes to the edge of the carriage. Okay, right from here, that right foot is still off the hip, foot is flexed. Right arm can come up into the air. We're going to go lift and lower with that right leg. Lift and lower. So you're lifting right here. Top of the hip, you're going to feel that glute med. Okay, belly button's pulled up and in. Ribs are aligned with your pelvis. Good. We're not going for any high kicking. The leg is staying in parallel. Toes are pointing straight forward. Good. It's a tight lift. That lift is small because we want to keep the bottom waistline long, right? We don't want anything to change here. No high kicking, so now I lose all control of my core, right? The reason is that's why we don't want to do that. We want to keep the control happening from that powerhouse. Last 4. Good. Last 3. Excellent, you guys. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, now right here. We're going to take that foot, keep it flexed, and you're going to bend that knee forward like you're sitting in a chair. Let that strap fall inside the knee, and then take it all the way back out. Okay, now your strap, it's going to, right, at times it's going to be annoying, right? It's going to hit the knee, it's going to hit the shoulder block, it's going to rub against something. Try to ignore it, okay? Try to ignore that. I want you to think about what's happening with your body, right? That's why we're here, and that's what we're thinking about. We want to generate that movement from the right place. That knee is coming and stopping directly in front of the hip, and then we send that leg back with the glam line, lengthen out the core like we're standing up on that right leg. Bend the knee in front of the hip. We're sitting in a chair. Ankle, knee, and hip, all same height, right? Then we lengthen out like we're standing up on that leg. Good. Last 4. Bend and extend. Good. Last 3. Lots of length on both sides of the waist. My left waistline is not touching the carriage. Last 2. Oh, I feel this side already, right? A lot faster on this side than it was on the other side. Good. Last full 1. We are going to find a bent knee and we're going to hold it. So on your next one, you're going to bend that knee and you're going to hold it bent, just like you're sitting in a chair. Okay, the knee is not in front of my belly button. It is directly in front of my hip, 90-degree angle at the back of that knee. 1-inch pulse towards the foot bar and back. Towards the foot bar and back. You are generating the pulse from the glam line where the glute and the hamstring meet at the back of the leg. Right there. You've got long length on both sides of the waistline. That core is engaged. Right? Hips are stacked. You're here for 6. For 5. Oh my goodness. 4. Good. You've got 3. I hope you're feeling it like I am. Last 2. On your next one, this is going to feel great. Lengthen all the way out. Oh, only for a second does it feel good, right? Oh, you know what? We forgot our sweep. Oh, that's next. Right here. We're going to point the toe. We're going to sweep that leg forward. Right? We didn't forget it. This is where it was supposed to be. Flex the foot and bring it back. I almost forgot it in my head. That's why I said that. Point the toe, sweep it forward, flex the foot, bring it slightly past that side seam for that little kickback. You're going to get a tighter engagement from the glute. Sweep and flex and bring it back. Pelvis is quiet. Okay, 4 more. Oh my goodness, I feel these, right? Flex and bring it back. Good. Last 3. Point and flex on your inhale, bring it back. Good. 2. Flex and bring it back. Now, my breathing, guys, doesn't always match what I'm telling you just because of all the talking. That's why. Flex and bring it back. Now, right here, oh my goodness, I know. Sweep to your 45 angle. So our knees are tracking more in alignment with one another. Stack your pelvis, long line on that waistline. You're going to swivel internal and external. Okay, so from the top of the hip, I want you to move that femur, okay? My waistline is not changing. My hips are staying stacked. I'm controlling that leg. Oh my goodness. Okay, finding that mobility, that deep mobility in that ball and socket joint, so important. You're here for 4. Last 3. Whew. Keep that toe pointed if you can. Last 2. I kept switching. Last 1, internal and external. Now, your next internal, hold it. Pulse it up. Pulse it up. Right here. Don't let your waistline touch the carriage. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, external rotation. Same thing. Pulse it up. Pulse it up. Oh my goodness. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way back off the hip and bend the knee and bring it in. Oh my goodness. Take off that strap. Hang it up. Okay, we're coming on up. We're coming on up. Last and final thing. I knew we were close, but I didn't know we were that close. Put your yoga block on the floor. You no longer need it. You're going to turn around and you're going to face your platform. Again, make sure you have that squishy pad or something soft for you. You're going to change your springs back to that extra light spring. One yellow or one white. Your blue spring is also acceptable here because we're going to start in a plank. Now, your wrists are going to be under your shoulders. Your hands are on your platform. You're going to place your toes middle of the carriage or somewhere around there. Your knees are still on the carriage, so make sure you're not hanging off the front edge. And right here, we're going to take it out to a plank. So turn those toes under. On your inhale, you're going to hover your knees off the carriage and send it all the way out. Now, right here, I'm going to walk my toes a little bit closer to the front edge of the carriage. Okay, just a little bit. I'm still about 8 or 9 inches away from the edge with my toes, but we're going to be piking. So I want you to have room to bring the carriage in, but we're going to start with a push-up, a tricep push-up. So I'm going to talk you through this. Your fingertips are all facing forward. Your inside elbow, okay, let me show you really quick. Your inside elbow is right here. Your bicep is right here. I'm going to talk about those two things. You're going to spiral them forward as you bend your elbows so that your elbows can skim your ribs, and then you're going to push up, and then you're going to pike. Whoo, biceps frame your ears. Okay, here we go. One tricep push-up, bend, press it up, and pike. Good, inhale out. Exhale, bend at the elbows, tricep push-up, press it up, and pike. All right, you guys. Last 4. Tricep push-up. Press it up. And pike. Last 3. Let's hope I can do it with you because this upper body is sore today. Press it up. Press. Ha! And pike. Here we go. Last 2. You're piking those sitting bones up and back, pulling those inner thighs up along the spine. You've got one more. Last 1. Bend. Press, oh my gosh, and pike it up. Find your plank. Find your plank. Hold it right here. You're going to give me half bend with your elbows. So you're going to bend just halfway. Okay, here we are. For 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Press it up. Bend your knees and bring it all the way in. Oh, that's all she wrote. Take your knees wide, width of the carriage. Take your hands wide as well on that platform. You're going to find yourself in a child's pose. Ah, don't worry about that carriage. If it wants to float out a little bit with you in this stretch, let it float out there. Your knees are wide, so you're sitting back in those hips. Opening up that underarm, feeling a release through the shoulders and that back body. It worked really hard today, too. Everything worked hard. Hang on and breathe for 4. Good. Last 3. Big inhales, big exhales. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Good. Take your left hand. Keep your left hand where it is. Take your right hand over to the left side of the platform so it is on top of your left hand. And you're going to reach your sitting bones back to the right. Okay, so you're stretching out of that right waistline. For 4, for 3, last 2. Good. Walk your hands all the way through center over to the right. Right hand first. Left hand comes on top of the right. Reach your sitting bones back to the left. Find that pull and that reach through the sitting bones. Hold it there for 4. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Good. Coming all the way back up through center. You're going to turn around and face the rear. Really quick stretch through the hips. You're going to slide your right knee forward. My hands are on my shoulder blocks. Your knee is going to come forward between the shoulder blocks. Your left leg, quad and toes face down. You're finding a pigeon stretch. So my right inner thigh shines up. I can stay lifted up on my shoulder blocks, but if you feel comfortable and you want to get a little deeper, you can walk your hands out onto the frame and sit into that right hip a little bit more. You're opening up through the left psoas, okay, that left hip, and deepening the stretch through the right glute. Hold it there for 4 and that inner thigh. 3. Last 2. Good. Come all the way up. And let's switch those legs. Slide that right leg back, left knee forward. Good. Find that pigeon stretch. Relax the right leg over the platform. Again, you can be up on your shoulder blocks if that's enough of a stretch right there, or you can bring your arms down onto the rails and get a little deeper in through that left glute. Hold it there. Breathe for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good. Come all the way back up. Slide both knees under the hips. Turn around. Come off your reformer, and you guys are all set. That was a quick stretch. I'm not gonna, you could probably use a much deeper stretch after that, but I know I went way over time already. Right, what's new? It's a bad trait. Anyways, all right, you guys, I love to hear what you think or your comments, feedback, questions, anything you have at all. Please send them my way. I answer all of my comments through YouTube. So myself, nobody else does it. I see them one-on-one. I answer you directly. So please let me know. Don't be shy. I like questions, and your questions also help me. So if I didn't give a modification and you could have used one, let me know. If your reformer had a different sort of spring or a different setup, let me know, right? I don't know all of the different setups out there. So I am happy to help you in any way I can. You can find me on social media as well. I am JessPFit there. So I'm super easy to find. And you can just send me a direct message and I will get back to you. What else? Every week I have a live Zoom reformer class. I have also added live Zoom mat Pilates classes as well. So we have live Zoom mat on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we have live Zoom reformer every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I record all of these sessions for you as well. So if you can attend them live, fantastic. If you can't, but you still want the recording to do on your own time, that can be sent out to you as well. If you're interested in any of these sessions, please contact me through my website, JessPFit.com. There's a link there that you can contact me directly. You can leave a comment on this video, or you can send me a message over social media, and I will get back to you that way as well. And have a wonderful day, you guys. I hope to see you really soon.